Howdy, guys, and welcome to Cliff Notes, and welcome to night number 69 of the overnight feed recaps for Big Brother season 26. Welcome to Eviction Thursday. Yes, indeed. This evening, either Angela or Leah's going to be walking out the door. Pretty sure they're walking to the jury house. I just don't think there's going to be a battle back. We're going to be losing one of the two of them. After we do that, we've got a double eviction, so someone else is going to be following them right behind whoever the first evictee is. There's a chance it could be whoever is left of these two. There's also a chance it could be Mackenzie. Now, overnight, we did have some campaigning taking place. Leah did a little bit. Angela did a little bit more. Mackenzie probably did more than the rest of them, talking primarily to Cam and Chelsea to see if maybe she can get them to hold on to Leah. Just don't know that it's going to work, but she's trying. But I think we're going to see Leah walking out the door this evening, but we still have another 12 hours or so, so we shall find out. All right. Lots of conversations that took place, again, with the campaigning. Because there's fewer people in the house, we tended to have a few longer conversations, especially Cam and Mackenzie, for example. So let's get right into that, talk about what was said last night. First of all, we'll start with Angela and Rubina. Rubina is saying that she appreciates that Angela has been there for her and that nothing has changed. I think she's talking about sending Leah home this evening. Angela is wanting Rubina to make sure she understands that Angela had nothing to do with Leah's noms or vetoes last week out in Janky World. That was all Leah's doing. I didn't have anything to do with putting you on the block. Making sure she's aware of that. Rubina is saying, look, Angela, it's an easy decision. You know, I appreciate you campaigning to me all. And she says, but it's an easy decision. I will be voting to keep you. It is what it is. I just don't see in any world, in any universe, where Chemo or Rubina are going to be voting to save Leah, which means in a best case situation for Leah, a 2-2 vote, which Mackenzie would probably break to send Angela out the door and hold on to Leah. But that means that she's got to grab onto Cam and Chelsea's votes. Just not quite sure that they're there yet. All right, but Rubina's saying, yeah, now you got my vote, Angela. We're going to keep you. All right, Mackenzie and Cam talking. This is actually spread out over 3 or 4 different meetings. I've kind of consolidated them a little bit. But Mackenzie and Cam talking. She's still campaigning for Leah. Cam is worried, though. He's saying, look, if Leah stays, I might be fourth behind you and Chelsea and Leah. That, you know, you three ladies and me, yeah, maybe we make Final Four, but I feel like I'm at the bottom end of that situation, that Leah takes my place. And I'm not really sure I like that. Mackenzie is worried that Chemo and Rubina might both put Cam and Mackenzie up over Angela, that they are at more risk if Angela is in the house. And that she also feels like there's more of a chance that Chemo or Rubina could win HOH if Leah isn't in there fighting to win it. Even though Angela's won a few comps, they just don't really see Angela as the comp beast just yet, even compared to Leah. So, yeah, Cam is worried about being in fourth place. Mackenzie's worried that Chemo and Rubina, either one, would potentially put Cam or Mackenzie up over Angela if Angela was still in the house. Cam is worried that Angela could actually put him and Chelsea up if it comes down to it. If she stays and was to win HOH, he fears that he could be an easy target for Angela. Angela said that she wouldn't put him up, but I think that fear from Cam is not unfounded. I don't care what Angela says. I think Chelsea would be in trouble, and then it just comes down to probably Cam, and if not Cam, Rubina. So Cam is worried about that. Mackenzie is saying that there's no way that Angela touches Chemo. She's not going to go after Chemo. And if that's the case, then it means there's a good chance that someone of their group of 3 gets hit, either as a nomination or as a renom, one or the other. She's also saying that Rubina would put up Angela and Cam as if she won HOH. Mackenzie may be up there as well, but she's saying Angela and Cam would probably go up there along with Angela if Rubina got in power, got the HOH itself. Mackenzie's also saying that if Chemo was to win, that he'd be putting up Chelsea, and then either Cam or Mackenzie, one or the other. So a lot of different scenarios that she's throwing up there all involve the possibility of Cam or Chelsea or Mackenzie being in trouble if Leah wasn't there, if Rabina and Chemo won the competition. So she's really spinning as we need to hold on to Leah. We don't. She won't do anything against us. Angela will, and by having Leah there, there's less chance that Chemo and Rabina actually win this HOH. But Cam is also worried about perceptions and looks. He's saying, look, if we were to keep Leah, now that you've already put her up, if you hadn't put her up, maybe we could do something. He said, but now that she's up, I'm worried that if we keep Leah, it's going to make you look bad, Mackenzie. And if you look bad, it's going to make us look bad. It's going to make us a much bigger target to everyone else. It's going to think we're working with her and all of that. And meanwhile, Leah's going to be looking at you differently, Mackenzie. Can we really trust her now that you've done that? Is she really going to be loyal to us? I don't care what she says. Is she really going to be loyal to us? So Cam's got a lot of questions on that. Mackenzie is saying, I get everything you're saying, but who's to say they aren't already looking at us as targets? That this really isn't going to change anything, Cam. They already have us in their crosshairs, and remember Chemo saying, oh, there's bigger threats in the house and all of that. So she's saying it doesn't matter at this point. Perception-wise, we already have our targets in sight, including them. Cam is complaining that Leah hasn't talked to him all week. He's saying, if she really wanted to campaign and all, why isn't she here talking to me? She's explained herself to you and to Chelsea, but she hadn't talked to me yet. Well, we'll have some more conversation on that in a little bit. Here's the thing. I think there's a lot of reasons, some strategic in all different ways. Cam wants to stay tight with Chelsea at this point, right? I mean, I feel like she's one of his tightest. He wants to stay tight with her. And maybe the best way to do that, if you get rid of people that maybe have created a little romantic friction between Cam and Chelsea, such as Leah, and maybe such as Mackenzie on down the road, but you get rid of some of these people that have created a little jealousy with Chelsea. Does that not help Cam stay a little bit tighter with Chelsea? I think so. And I think that could be part of the motivation for Cam wanting to really go ahead and get Leah at the door right now. Beyond any just basic game strategy, I think that could be part of it as well. All right, Cam is saying to Mackenzie that Angela has always done what either they or Leah told her to do, that she follows other people's suggestions and comments and things like that. Hey, Mackenzie, you and Angela have something in common there. But yeah, Cam's saying Angela always does what other people tell her to do. And that if that either once Leah's gone, Angela's going to need someone else to guide her, to direct her, to help her figure out this game, and that it's not going to be Chemo. In other words, she may have to turn towards us, which would actually benefit us. But Mackenzie's saying, well, it could be Chemo. I think they're tighter than you think, Cam. And she's saying Angela might really make a big move after she may make a big move in going after you or Chelsea. Because Cam says she's not going after you, and Mackenzie says, "No, I know. Angela will not go after me, and yet I still want her gone." She's saying she won't go after me, but she's going to want to make a big move, knowing that may be her last time to actually win something. So it's easy to see her going after you or Chelsea. She's not going after Chemo. Rabina maybe, but probably she's going to want to go after the two of y'all if Angela stays in this house. Cam is hoping that maybe she would target Rabina instead, and Mackenzie saying, nah, she's not going to do that just because she's tight with Chemo and doesn't want to offend him and all of that. She'll come for you and Chelsea. Cam is saying, Leah has thrown all of our names under the bus, and now you're wanting to trust her and keep her based on what she's saying when she has targeted all of us, thrown our names under the bus, and just not really seemed like she's that loyal to any of us. And Mackenzie is saying, at the end of the day, Cam, no matter what's happened before, Leah won't target us, but Angela will. And that's the difference that we need to keep in mind. Mackenzie's again saying that Angela won't put Rabina up, and she certainly won't put Chemo up, and that those two will probably be able to pull Angela in as the lone wolf once Leah's gone. Pull those two in, have the three of them against Mackenzie and Cam and Chelsea, and Mackenzie doesn't want that. So again, Mackenzie doing a lot of pitching on why Leah should stick around and Angela head out the door. All right, to break that up a little bit, we do have Leah and Rabina talking a little bit. Doesn't go so well. Rabina basically says, look, in all honesty, if you stay, I think you'll put me back up on the block, and I would probably put you back up on the block. I don't, we're not going to be working together, and I do think that you would come after me if you had the opportunity. Leah is kind of throwing Mackenzie under the bus a little bit. Surprised me a little bit. She's saying, look, I'm just a little bit worried about Mackenzie because of this blind side. I don't know that I trust her the way I used to. And I know that you want to come for me and all of that. She said, but relationships have changed. And I'm just not feeling it with Mackenzie the way I was. In other words, maybe I'm not tight with that group the way you think I am, and I could be a number for you. She didn't say it out loud. She didn't even strongly imply it, but certainly the little hint, the seed was planted there. Leah's being very careful not to promise everyone everything because she got called out on it beforehand. But she does tell Rubina that, maybe Mackenzie, and just not quite there with her after this blindside that took place. All right, we've got Leah and Cam talking a little bit. Remember Cam saying she never talked to him. Well, finally she talks to him. Leah's saying that her promises mean something, and she wants to protect Chelsea and Cam and Mackenzie. Cam's worried, though, because he says he heard that Leah had said that he didn't trust Chelsea, and Leah is denying that, saying, I never said that. I never said that at all. She said, in fact, I told Chelsea that I never said anything about you not trusting Chelsea. That someone just made that up. She says, not true. Leah is also saying that it doesn't benefit her game to have Chemo and Chelsea stay because she knows that both of them are going to target her. In other words, if I stay, why would I go after you or Chelsea, Cam? Because Chemo and Rubina are the big ones that are coming after me. So it does zero to my game to have them in the house. So you know who I'm going to be going against. Cam is saying, I'm just worried because there are conflicting stories about what Leah has said, what you've said in the past. He says, and you didn't even talk to me. You did not even approach me and talk about my campaign, anything. And she says, well, I hadn't had the chance to yet. He said, well, it's been all week long. And now suddenly it's Wednesday afternoon before eviction. And now you're coming to me. He said, it wasn't that you didn't have a chance. You just didn't choose to make that choice. He said, you even talked to Rubina before you talked to me. So Cam a little irritated that it seems like Leah maybe discounted his opinion or his vote a little bit by waiting so long to talk to him. And she continues to say, well, I just didn't have a chance. I just wanted to, talk to you, but I just haven't had a chance to before. Cam is, again, he was saying, you even talked to Rubina, so don't give me any of that. Later, after he leaves, Leah's talking to Mackenzie and saying, yeah, talk with Cam went pretty well. I think it went well. Yeah, I don't know if it went as well as Leah is suggesting. All right, we've got Mackenzie and Angela talking a little bit. Mackenzie is saying that she thinks that Chemo thinks that Angela could win the whole thing if she's in a final two chair. And so as a result, hint, hint, he doesn't want you to make it to the end, Angela, because he's so certain that you're going to win this thing. Angela saying, yeah, I don't think I'm going to win. Mackenzie saying, no, you got a good story to tell. You could win. She's saying, but Chemo absolutely thinks you would win. And that's why he's not going to let you, no matter what kind of connection y'all have got, he's not going to let you get to the end where he doesn't think that he can beat you, Angela. She's saying that if Chelsea or Cam were to win HOH, Angela isn't going up on the block. So even though Mackenzie's pitching for Leah and trying to get Angela out, she's also doing a little bit of damage control in case Leah does go home, Angela stays. She wants to make sure that Angela's not going to go after her group. So telling Angela, saying Chelsea or Cam are not going after you. Obviously, they're not going after me. So that leaves Rubina and Chemo that are going to be their targets. She's telling Angela that everyone fears Chemo and what he might do. Really? I'm not sure that Chemo's gameplay or his competition skill levels is striking fear into the hearts of the people that are left in this house. Not so much. I'm just not seeing it. First of all, you don't have to worry too much about what Chemo may or may not do if he doesn't win HOH in the first place. And he certainly hasn't proven a strong capability to do that so far. Now, as I say all this, he's going to go on a comp run. He's going to win HOH and veto tonight and can completely control the back half of the double eviction. And here I am with egg on my face, but I don't think so. But she's saying, yeah, everyone's fearing Chemo. He's the target of everyone in this house right now, Angela. They're not coming after you. They're coming after Chemo. Mackenzie at one point also says, look, as far as the end game and all that, I love Cam. I absolutely do. But I want 3 women at the end. And she said, I think all the women want 3 women at the end, which means Chemo needs to go. Cam at some point needs to go as well, Angela. And hint, hint, maybe that could be you as part of those final 3 women also. All right, we've got Cam and Chelsea talking, kind of comparing notes a little bit. Cam is thinking that Leah maybe Leah would put up chemo before them, so maybe he's getting swayed a little more than I thought with that conversation, because he's saying, she said she'd go after them, and maybe she would. Chelsea is saying, yeah, no, I'm not going to be swayed by Leah's words. I think Leah will put me up if she has the opportunity. She's saying that also, if Leah stays, it only makes Mackenzie stronger against the two of us. And she's saying, at the end of all this, Cam, Leah still needs to go home this week. Well, even if you get Cam's vote, if you don't get Chelsea's, Leah's going home. And she seems very resolute that Leah needs to go home this week, telling Cam this. Cam is saying, all right, if that's the case, if Angela is still in the house after this week, I want her gone next. He said, Angela needs to go next because I am worried that she'll come after us. And he says, and then right after her, I think we need to get rid of Mackenzie also. So he certainly has less fear of chemo and Rubina than he does of Angela and Mackenzie at this point. He does say, though, if Rubina wins HOH, at that point, he kind of hopes that Mackenzie goes home before Angela. So, again, a lot riding on tonight's HOH competition. All right, we've got Leah and Mackenzie talking. Mackenzie is saying that her talks with Cam and Chelsea went well. She thinks that they might keep Leah. Yeah, I wouldn't be betting on it, but she's telling Leah, and I don't know if Mackenzie really thinks this, or she's just trying to keep Leah a little pumped up a little bit, a little less depressed. I think she does think there's a small possibility, but something's happening. But she's telling Leah that talks went well. I think they may be willing to keep you. Leah's complaining that Chemo and Rubina don't even seem to care about this competition. She said all they are doing is singing and dancing and playing games day and night. And I because there's so many conversations, I didn't include a lot of this. But yes, they did a lot of all of that. They did dancing early in the morning. Chemo's trying to come up with a new song. He's still working on this game show that he thinks he's just going to conquer the world with when he gets done. They spent time talking about house guest and flirtiness and compatibility and a lot of non-game talk coming from those two. So Leah's complaining about that. They just don't seem to be as concerned about it as they are. Well, they feel pretty safe that they aren't going home this week. Considering they're not on a block, I think that's a pretty good assumption that they won't be going home, at least in the first part of the double eviction. All right, Leah cleaning the bathroom, which my first thought is, why? If I'm going home next day, that's the last thing I'm doing. But we've seen Leah do this throughout the year, I think, or throughout the season. I think cleaning and busy work and so some house stuff are ways to keep her mind occupied. And there may be some campaigning as well, that if she's the one cleaning, maybe someone will value her a little bit more in the house. But Leah's cleaning the bathroom. Not what I would have done, but more power to you, Leah. This house is probably cleaner than anything we ever had during my season, so can't complain too much. All right, we've got Chelsea and Angela talking a little bit. Angela is saying that she wants to work with those who want to work with her, that she still has a lot to give, that this is a personal journey for her. She keeps comparing it to someone on The Summit, this new reality show, an older woman on there who had a story to tell, and Angela wants to do the same thing here, that she's starting to really pray that much harder. Remember, Angela's talking to someone that has a lot of faith, and so Angela's saying, I'm praying a lot. I'm absolutely praying, Chelsea. She's saying, Chelsea, you had such positive words for me during Janky World. We kind of talked about, could we make a final 5 together? I'm hoping that maybe still be a situation. On and on and on. And Angela talking about her being a grandmother, and it's like having her kids and grandkids in the house and watching her play the game, and just the same spiel we've heard from Angela before, that she's hitting Chelsea with. Chelsea is asking Angela, saying, well, would you work with me? Let's just cut to the quick. Would you work with me? And Angela's saying, if you'll work with me, then I would certainly work with you. Chelsea is saying, look, I want you to go further in this game. And my actions are going to continue to prove that. Now, remember, Chelsea's planning to vote out Leah. So she's basically telling Angela that, hey, I'm not going to vote for you to go home this evening. That's going to prove that I want to work with you. In other words, hint, 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 I'm not sending you out the door tonight, so you sure as heck better not put me on the block if you become HOH. Is kind of the undertones here. All right, we've got Cam and Mackenzie talking some more a little bit later. Mackenzie is saying that Leah would target Chemo and Rubina because she knows that they are gunning from her. We've heard that mentioned a few times already. That, yeah, Leah's not coming after you, Cam. She's going after Chemo and Rubina. Cam is saying that Angela would create a shield for them if she is still in the house. That, I'm not real sure if what Mackenzie's saying is true, that Chemo and Rubina aren't going to go for Angela. Not much of a shield, is there? But Cam's saying that Angela would create a shield for him. Cam is at the end saying, look, you can say all you want, but at the end, I just don't know how much Leah can be trusted. She can throw out all these words, all these promises and all that, but we're assuming someone's going to do what they say after seeing so much stuff where she talked a lot of different stories to different people. So Cam not sounding like he's that sold just now. All right, we've got Chelsea and Cam and Mackenzie. So this group of three talking together. They're talking now not so much about Leah and Angela, but more about the second part of the double eviction and strategies. Mackenzie's got a very strong point, and I still don't know if Cam, especially maybe Chelsea, if it truly has hit home what she's saying. But MJ is warning, saying, look, if one of us wins HOH, we can't put Angela up. We have to put up Rubina or Leah, I guess. But we have to put up Rubina and Chemo both on the block. Because if not, if, say, Chemo's on the block, Rubina wins veto, she can pull Chemo off the block, and now neither one of them are on the block this week. And yeah, we put up Leah or Angela, but one of us three also has to go on the block at that point because there's no one left. And then suddenly Chemo and Rubina control the vote, and they could send us out the door. Even if one of us is HOH, one of us could still go home this week if we don't put up Rubina and Chemo. She's got an absolutely valid point. Same thing happened during during my Final Five, during my season, where they did not put up. How did it work out? Nicole won the BB Comics. I ended up on the block. Mickey had no choice except because Nicole pulled me off the block. So Nicole couldn't go up. I couldn't go up on the block. So alongside Tommy, Mickey had no choice except to put Holly up. And suddenly Nicole and I controlled the vote for that week. So yes, Mackenzie has a very strong point. You've got to put up Chemo and Rubina, and that's the only way to make sure that one of them stays on the block and that we control the vote and we can send them home. So she's got a very good point. And of course, the other part is that if you put the two of them up, hopefully that means I don't go home at the end of the double eviction. All right, we've got Chelsea and Mackenzie talking a little bit more after Cam leaves. Chelsea is saying that Angela had said she wanted to play with the three of them and that she would keep them safe. And they both agree, say, yeah, that's all fine and dandy. Maybe she's serious about it, but Mackenzie is saying, but Leah will do the same thing. She wants to play with the three of us as well. And Chelsea's saying, yeah, that probably is true. So both of them promising the same thing to this group. All right, we've got Leah and Angela talking. Their last night together, a lot of crying, a lot of hugging, a lot of I love you. Oh, I love you. I love you, Angela Lorraine. Oh, I love you, Leah Lorraine. And just a lot of kumbaya moments as they enjoy their last evening together. They actually got into a pillow fight with each other, which makes me think that could be kind of a fun veto competition. You can do it, right? Whoever's pillow breaks last with feathers or something. I don't know. Yeah, you can have fun with it. But anyway, they had a little pillow fight, telling each other that they sure as heck better win. Leah seems somewhat resigned at this point that she's probably going home, just the way she's telling Angela. But Angela's saying, oh, if I go, you need to win. And just a lot of that, last minute kind of, we love you so much deal. I will say this. If either one of them makes it to the final two, they've got the other person's vote, regardless of what's going down, I think. So they're doing a little jury management. I think it's very heartfelt goodbyes as well. All right, we've got Leah doing a late night pitch to Chelsea and Mackenzie, more so Chelsea because she feels like she's got Mackenzie. But Leah doing a late night pitch, but not a whole lot new. She's saying that Rubina had asked her if she would put her up if she stays, and Leah says that she didn't say that she wouldn't. Now, the reading between the lines, I think she's trying to say, Rabina, basically wanted me to promise I wouldn't put her up if I won HOH. Well, if I don't put her up, then that would mean I'd have to go for one of y'all. And, I'm not promising her that because I want her to, I'm not targeting y'all. So she says, I didn't tell Rubina that I wouldn't put her up as much as she asked. And so, yeah, she's trying to confirm and continue to make sure they understand and assure that she is with them regardless going forward. All right. And then finally, we've got Leah and Mackenzie talking a little bit before they go to bed. Leah is hoping that she stays, but again, she seems somewhat resigned to her fate at this point. Leah is saying that she's going to be really upset if Mackenzie walks out behind her as the second half of a double. It's a possibility. Keep the car running. There's certainly a possibility that could happen. She's saying she's going to be really upset if that happens. Mackenzie is talking about scenarios for the next HOH, worried about her position. And I'm not going through all of them because she talks a lot, but just worried about regardless of who wins the next HOH, there are certainly a lot of different ways in which Mackenzie could end up on the block and at risk. And she's just not feeling it at this point in time. And that's a valid fear, a valid concern. Finally, Leah's saying that someone needs to cook for T-Core and Quinn, whichever of them goes home. And even if both of them go, she says they need to get over there and cook some food for T-Core and Quinn because they're probably starving over in that jury house, surviving on nothing but microwave, frozen meals, and all of that. Well, just a little behind the scenes for you. I never personally went to the jury house since I was voted out fourth and missed the jury house, but I did talk to people and learn that while you're in the jury house, you have professional masseurs that come and give you massages. You have professional chefs that show up and cook you the most amazing, exquisite meals, all kinds of stuff to try to keep you happy while you're in that jury house. So I'm sure T-Core and Quinn are doing just fine. But yeah, they're already thinking about jury house and how they're going to take care of the ones that are already over there. And with that, we're going to call it good. Lights out around 2:20, 2:30 or so, Big Brother time. Everyone to bed a little bit early, knowing it's going to be an early day and an HOH competition, especially double eviction. There's going to be a lot going on. Now, let's talk about that double eviction. Well, it looks like Leah's going home, right? We'll just kind of assume that for now. You'll have a quick HOH. You'll have a quick veto competition, which means both of them probably won some kind of a quick puzzle, a quick skills type deal, going and getting balls and dropping them in tubes or putting a puzzle together, something like that for the HOH. Probably a yes, no, true, false type question deal for the veto competition. Those seem pretty straightforward. They've got to be quick. My question is after that. Now, one, we don't know what about these twists with Red Ainsley and AIBB Julie and all that. But besides all of that, once we get through with the double eviction, we are going to have another HOH this evening for the week following. And that's where I think there is a possibility we could have a slip and slide, maybe the competition where they're all hanging onto the ropes, spinning around, slamming in something. I see some kind of endurance, long drawn out competition this evening. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. And I will certainly be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully it's on the feeds and we get to watch. But regardless, I will be back tomorrow morning to give you an update on everything that happened. It's going to be a wild and crazy double eviction episode, as it typically is. The first part, foregone conclusion. Watch it. It'll change, and that's fine too. But first part, pretty much assuredly is going home. After that, who knows what happens? We'll see. Guys, y'all have a fantastic Thursday. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow morning. Until then, SKD143. Cheers, my friends. Bye.